talking to the people, and really, the more you talk to them, day after day, week after week, it becomes obvious what the answer is, what the people's needs are. And it really comes down to that the reason they moved here, they want to preserve. That's the answer I've had consistently through the large group of people. We need to, as a city, reach out to them. Not just, they don't go to city hall meetings. They don't involve in any of these things in the city. They just came out here. They came for a reason, and they want that preserved as much as possible. That's the vision that this city should reach out to. Go out to them and ask them, find out door by door if you have to. But we need to know what the majority of the people, it's their city, they need to decide the direction it's going to be steered.
Okay, thank you. 2 minutes.
The vision I see for Menifee will depend upon the upcoming November election and the following elections. If we choose to re-elect politicians that look out for themselves first, instead of the community first, then we will undoubtedly be forming a city that looks more like Moreno Valley or Hennepin. If on the other hand we vote for real public service and put the community first, then we'll be looking at a city that more resembles something like Temecula. I ask you, which city would you prefer to live in? I think we all know the answer to this question. My vision is to bolster tax revenues for stronger city services, including safety, police protection. My vision is to maintain our rural communities that are rapidly being built over. My vision is to build a community where families come first. My hope is that the good people of Menifee can see the difference between me and the other candidates. I want to help build a town that can provide good paying jobs so when our kids graduate from high school, they can look forward to living and working in our community and not to drive to San Diego or Orange County. In other words, I envision not living in a commuter city, but rather a city with charter and one that sustains good paying jobs. In order for this to become a reality, we need to start the ball rolling now. I would be proud to be a part of making this change happen. I envision a city council that is constantly bickering back and forth, but instead working together for goals such as this. I am a realist, and I understand the importance of teamwork. With the cohesive group behind this, we can make the turn needed to build a better community. Thank you.
Okay, and John Denver.
Thank you for today. It's been my honor to serve you as your Menifee councilman in the 4th District for the last 6 years. When you want a teacher for your child, or a doctor for your health, or a mechanic for your car, you go to someone with experience, someone who's ethical, someone who's knowledgeable. The same is true when voting for your representative on the Menifee City Council. For the past 6 years, the needs of the 4th District have been my focus. Due to my direct influence, these solutions to the following needs are a reality. The Menifee overcrossing has been added to, been widened and improved. Flood control channels being built in North Menifee. Creation of new jobs, particularly in the 4th District. McCall traffic control improvements at Boulder Ridge Elementary School. Restore good governance by attempting to change the culture at the City Hall. Choose knowledgeable students to represent us on the committees and commissions. Keep a lid on city spending and have an emergency reserve fund. Help the state locate Metrolink station that serves us. Fund city street paving and road improvements. Beautify Roma land and other ignored parts of District 4. Cooperate with the Menifee School District in unification. Play an instrumental role in the Heritage Square shopping center that's being developed in McCall and Menifee. Public safety is my top concern in the city as a whole. That's why I voted to increase the police and fire protection as chair of the city's safety committee. As you can see, my vision includes more good paying jobs, free-flowing roads, recreation, local shopping amenities to meet the needs of seniors, youth, families, and good planning. I am a candidate for the 4th District, and I appreciate your vote.
Thank you.
Again, I want to remind you that we are a district city, and there's only about 11% of the land in the rural community that needs to be protected. Okay? lived in a rural community all my life, and the rural blood runs through my veins. And I want to do everything I can to protect the rural community. I don't have big bucks to run the campaign. I depend on my friends who believe in me. And there's a 7-minute video I have on YouTube. And there's an article, a one-page article in September's Menifee Buzz, okay, which would probably take 10 minutes to read. I ask you to read those and then decide who you want for your councilman.
As your District 2 council member, these are the following 3 things that I will tackle right off the bat. Number 1 is to bring those quality jobs to Menifee. I said it earlier, families, not freeways. We need to bring the jobs here so people can actually live here, be close to home, and enjoy their family time. Second, assess the ratio of officer to resident. Our public safety is fantastic right now, but are we at the right ratios? Let's help them out a little bit so that they're not so tightly stretched in their scheduling. And third, expedite the infrastructure improvements. I think that we need to get some really good flow of traffic. It takes 45 minutes to get across the freeway to go to the college, and I think that's just unconscionable. I think we've had some good questions tonight, and hopefully it's helped you guys form your opinions of maybe who you want to vote for, or it's generated some other questions to ask outside. The one question I would ask yourself is, what is a leader? A leader is someone who acts outside of personal gain and purely for the betterment of others. We have all on this panel have accomplishments. That I'm not diminishing anyone's accomplishments here. They're impressive. But I'm not talking about being an elected official, being an appointed official, things that we run for here. I'm talking about doing your work during the day and coming home and working on projects in the community because you know it's going to help someone and it's not going to benefit you. That doesn't matter because it'll help people in the future. That's what a leader is to me. A leader is someone who genuinely, in the pit of their stomach, sees things, cares about the people in front of them, and wants to make their life better. I possess the combined attributes and skills to be an extremely effective council member. I've done it before. I have the experience, I have the integrity, I have the honesty, I have the business acumen, I have the love of the community, and I have the proven capability of putting a project through to completion. And I would be honored for you to elect me to City Council.
Matt Leesmeyer.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming here, but, I would not even be running if it wasn't for my wife and my family having supported me through this. My experience on the Planning Commission has taught me a lot, and if we create the policies to guide this city the right way, we can fund the infrastructure improvements that we need in the city. Public safety is an absolute #1 concern for me. Our officer ratio right now is around 0.7 per 1,000. We absolutely must increase our officer ratio in the city to make it safer. Sure, we can call on neighboring cities for help in an emergency situation, but that doesn't keep criminals out of our city. We need more officers on the ground to demonstrate a presence in this community. Secondarily, just general quality of life. Out in Quail Valley, there's a huge sewer problem out there that a lot of people don't know about. And, I'm going to be tackling that issue head on. A lot of people out there have failing septic systems, and a lot of people are living in real substandard conditions. And that absolutely needs to change. Last, infrastructure. We absolutely need to fix these bridges in this city. Scott Road needs to be a priority for the residents in this city. I understand that we are in districts, and that bridge isn't even in my district, but it serves all the city of Menifee. And as an elected official in this city, I'm going to have a responsibility to vote for all the residents of this city, not just for the residents of my district. In order to get that, we need to create the jobs here. We need to build a stable tax base. We absolutely have to capture some tax revenue in this city. $400 million a year are leaking out of our city into other cities' coffers. We need to work hard to capture that tax revenue, to fund our public safety, to fund our infrastructure, and to create a better Menifee. Again, thank you all for coming here. I really appreciate you all, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 4th.
Thank you again, Mr. Spoon and Menifee 24/7 for hosting this event, and thank you all for coming and participating in the process. You know, I would ask you, when you're considering who you're going to vote for mayor this year, is look back at 2012 and then look to 2014 and look at what has been accomplished in that 2-year period. Effective policy setting, performance-based budgeting, expansion of our tax base, fiscal accountability, business growth, job creation. When I talk to the commercial real estate industry, when I go out and about, and I ask them, what is it that cracked the nut for you to decide to come to Menifee? And they, to a person, it was the capital improvement program that we passed. $100 million, 5-year plan, 7 projects, 2 of which are done. The Newport Road interchange is going, and the I-215 is going to complete early. There are other projects that need to be added to that down the road. You need an effective leader that understands how to make that happen as the mayor. And if I am fortunate enough for you to re-elect me to the office of mayor, I intend to maintain a focus on economic development, infrastructure improvement, bringing family amenities to the city, and an emphasis on public safety. I'm supported by business, I'm supported by public safety, both law and fire. I'm supported by public education, and I'm also supported by labor. So when you look at those supports and the things that have happened in the last 2 years, when you get into that ballot box or when you cast your mail-in ballot, are you better off today than you were 2 years ago? I think the answer is yes. So if you want the same kind of leadership, if you want the same kind of focus on bringing the tax dollars to Menifee, keeping that sales leakage from going out to surrounding cities, embrace a vision that I have as the mayor, and keep a focus on those things that we've talked about. I ask you for your support for another term as the mayor of Menifee. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Gloria Sanchez.
Thank you all for being here tonight. It's great to see a good turnout, and thank you, Doug, for Menifee 24/7 for putting on this candidate forum. Change is needed in the 4th District, and I am that change. Remember that when you go to the polls. We've heard a lot of things tonight about what we are looking for. I think we all agree public safety is one. I think we've heard that education is important. Parks are important. Development is important. Economic development corridor is important. But let's look at the 4th District and see what's going on in there. Nothing has been done for a long time. Many of the people that I have met don't know who our city council representative is. They don't know, they see signs about things coming. For 8 years, that sign has been there and nothing has happened. So what we need to do is make a change, and it's time to make a change. We really have to look at who is going to be there to lead the new city council, representative of the 4th District. We need a strong candidate, which I am. I have the commitment, I have the time, I'm retired. I can give all of my time to not only the 4th District, but all of the residents of the city of Menifee. And I intend to do that. So I ask for your vote on November 4th. Remember me on that day. You want change? Vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. I would just like to thank all of our candidates. I greatly appreciate the fact that every single candidate was able to be here.